Welcome to your news edition. These are the headlines. The President of the Republic, Abdelmadjid Tebboune, held talks with the President of Benin, Patrice Talon, before the emergency meeting of the Economic Organization of the Western African countries concerning the situation in Niger. The Russia-Africa summit culminated in the adoption of a work plan to strengthen the cooperation in several sectors and achieve mutual benefit. The wildfires that touched several regions of the country left considerable losses. The injured people benefit from the best health and mental care at the hospital of Béjaïa. Still with the initiative of the Grand Mosque of Paris, sending young Algerians to visit their homeland on the instruction of the President of the Republic. Another flight arrived this Saturday from Lyon. Welcome back. The President of the Republic, Abdelmadjid Tebboune, held talks on Saturday, 29th of July, with the President of Benin, Patrice Talon, preceding the emergency meeting of the Economic Organization of the Western African countries that will take place on Sunday, 30th of July in Abuja concerning the situation in Niger. The two presidents affirmed their devotion towards the necessity to restore the constitutional authority in Niger and the return of Mohamed Bazouma as the President of the Republic of Niger, who was legitimately elected. A true success. This is how the Russian President Vladimir Putin and the President of the Comoros Islands and Chairman of the African Union, Azali Assoumani, described the second Russia-Africa summit in St. Petersburg, in which the Prime Minister Ayman bin Abdelrahman took part and was the representative of the President of the Republic, Abdelmadjid Tebboune. More details with Daniel Bahri.
The Russia-Africa summit confirmed the firm will of Russia and Africa to continue to develop a mutually beneficial partnership and to seek new forms and areas, while welcoming that the work of the summit took place in a constructive and friendly atmosphere and have produced tangible results. The Russian president affirmed the approval by the participants of the St. Petersburg Declaration, specifying that it formalizes the strategic areas for the development of cooperation, Russia with African countries, and long-term perspective. The large-scale action plan until 2026 contains specific goals on boosting the Russian-African economic and humanitarian partnership and implementing the decisions of the summit. The participants plan to develop trade relations in quality and quantity. They also plan to gradually switch to national currencies, including ruble, to make payments. The action plan includes, among other things, the removal of trade barriers by aligning the process of integration into the Eurasian Economic Union and the African Union and its free exchange zone. Russia has made its intention clear to increase the exports of its industrial products to Africa, especially after earning good reputation on the continent, including machinery, automobile, equipment, chemicals and fertilizers. At the end of the summit, the Russian president affirmed that his country will continue to provide Africans with cereals, both contractually and free of charge, and this will help them to develop their electricity industry to meet the growing needs of African economies for hydrocarbons and electricity production. The 2026 action plan, as well as several other interministerial and commercial documents signed on the sidelines of this summit, also provide the expansion of cooperation in the fields of industry, information and communication, technology, health, culture, education, vocational training, youth, sports and tourism.
The recent wildfires that touched several regions of the country left disastrous consequences, considerable human and material losses. The injured people benefit from the best health and mental care at the hospital of Béjaïa. Sabrina Ferganit with more details.
At the level of the emergency services of the hospital of Khalil Amran in Béjaïa province, everyone and every mean is mobilized to take care of the victims affected by the latest fires. Thank God I'm feeling better now. There are people with worse injuries than mine. It's getting better by time. I'm feeling good. More than 50 people were injured were taken care of, and received the treatment as quick as possible. The severe cases were transferred to the capital for the extra care. We have 8 patients in our service. Others are receiving the follow-up. We are making sure that an adequate care is provided to them. The mental health of our patients was heavily affected as well. We made sure that a crisis unit was set up to take care of them. The University Hospital Center of Bujaya received more than 45 patients in the 24th of July 2023. The medical staffs are ensuring the best services. A close supervision is provided for the patients with the different cases for swift recovery.
Groups of children from our community living abroad keep arriving to Algeria to spend great moments in their country of origin. Young Algerians living in France came from Lyon for a special trip in summer camps organized by the Grand Mosque of Paris in coordination with the Ministry of Youth and Sport on the instruction of the President of the Republic. This initiative aims to strengthen the brotherhood ties between all the Algerians. Story by Afaf Belhouchat and Rania Al-Bahri.
Checking the children's documents, identifying the groups, answer the multiple questions, a procedure done by the parents and volunteers of the Grand Mosque of Paris, responsible for supervising the 4th summer camp. We are a team of volunteers, and we are here for the delight of children. We will do our best, and we will all come back with a smile on our face. We will travel thanks to the Grand Mosque of Paris and the President of the Republic. This summer camp will help us to discover Algeria. There are some young Algerians who never seen Algeria. After Lille and Paris, this is the 4th time bringing together families from different departments. Big thanks to the Grand Mosque of Paris and the President of the Republic for this initiative. They will see new regions, make friends, and above all, get to know their country. Nearly 100 children are preparing themselves not only to live an adventure with friends, but above all, to know their country. I want to visit Algeria to see the landscape and take advantage of the holidays. A second edition of this summer project is expected next year. This project made the children happy as they expressed their happiness on their own way and thanked the President of the Republic.
Et l'Algérie, meilleur pays du monde. Merci عمي تبون. وجابي ومدلك الصحة عمي تبون. Et 1 2 3 viva l'Algérie.
A plane landed at Lef Airport carrying the second group of young Algerians living in France to spend time in summer camps in Tunis. Other resources were deployed to welcome this group of 85 children. Sabrin Taferganit with more details.
Kids of our national community settled abroad who got the chance to visit their motherland. Joy, excitement and enthusiasm were certainly present when we met them. More than happy to be in Algeria. Thank you, Mr. the President. Special thanks for the summer camp. May God bless our Algeria. I'm more than happy to be here. I'm more than thankful for the President Tebboune for this visit to my motherland. I'm more than happy. The welcoming was heartwarming. Thanks for those who welcomed us. God bless Algeria and our martyrs. The heartwarming welcoming reserved for the first group made us visit our country too. This initiative was a dream come true to them, as it was highly appreciated. I'm waiting for my grandchild. Very happy to see him again. May God preserve our country and our president. He's the first to launch such initiative. These kids, and with the transport services provided for them, will be able to have an unforgettable summer camp, waiting to explore as much as possible of their motherland, Algeria.
The Sahrawi People's Liberation Army units carried out new attacks targeting the positions of the occupation forces in Mahbas, causing losses in life and equipment. The Sahrawi Ministry of Defense statement affirmed that the Sahrawi People's Liberation Army targeted the positions of the occupation soldiers in the region of Al-Mahbas. The advanced detachment of the Sahrawi People's Liberation Army focused their attacks earlier, targeting the positions of the Moroccan forces in the sectors of Hawza and Fadrat al-Aish. In Niger, the international opinion is still worried after the military rebellion that happened in the country. The Council of Peace and Security of the African Union called for the immediate liberation of the President Mohamed Bazoum, who is still held captive since last Wednesday by members of his guard. The Council also called for the restoration of the constitutional authority within 15 days and will take the necessary measures towards the actors of this rebellion. The chairman of the Islamic Solidarity Association also called for the immediate liberation of the president, and the Economic Organization of the Western African countries will organize an emergency meeting. In Palestine, the Zionist occupation forces attacked the village of Aram in the north of Al-Quds using tear gas and stun grenades, and put a military roadblock at the entrance of the village. The Zionist occupation forces increased the arrests and keep shooting young Palestinians. The crossing of the Bay of Algiers in free swimming. That was the Saturday's event organized by the Algiers Swimming League in the Promenade des Sablettes. 150 athletes from the whole country took part to this event, a real sports challenge. Walid Yousfi and Rafiq Hamidash with more details.
150 athletes with only one challenge to take up, swimming no less than 5 kilometers across the Bay of Algiers.
I've heard of this competition last minute, but I was ready for it anyway.
As soon as the whistle blows, the participants jump into the water. The watchword: save energy and cover the distance in as little time as possible.
The start was no less than 5 kilometers from the artificial beach of Sablet. The arrival was at the new marina, which is reserved for the nautical sports.
After 15 years of absence, this discipline is gradually making its comeback on the Algerian sea.
I won the first prize in my category. I'm pretty satisfied with it, even though I faced hard times with the waves. It was difficult. It required intense efforts, but I came first after all.
The organizers are therefore planning to increase the number of participants as well as the distance for the next edition.
And with this, we come to the end of our edition. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us.